Good morning. We are sitting in a 2016 Zenos E10R. There's very little information about these cars online, and for all you can find and see, it's a boutique British sports car manufacturer that was started by the founders of Lotus and Caterham, that quickly went under within the span of a few years. That's probably all you can see online. Outside of that, there's not much to learn about these cars. My hope is that now owning one, I can change that. So I live in southern Georgia. I found this E10R online up in Maryland. We believe it is the only one currently in the country, at least as a performing machine. We do know there's one other E10R chassis at a dealership in Indiana, and there are a handful of E10S's in the country as well. What makes the R unique is it carries the 2.3 liter, 350 horsepower EcoBoost motor from the Ford Focus RS. It has 500 horsepower per ton, and from 0 to 60 can outpace the majority of supercars on the roads today. With that said, this is the only performing car in the US with the 10R label, but there are only 15 Drive Edition 10Rs in the entire world. So a very unique opportunity to hopefully get some good footage and provide some good content on a unique vehicle. I'm gonna pull over up here shortly so that I can show you an external viewpoint of the vehicle, including ingress and egress. Okay, so I just pulled over on the Skyline Drive right before we get to the Blue Ridge Parkway. As I stated before, I purchased this vehicle in Westminster, Maryland, and I'm driving it 14 hours down to Savannah, Georgia. No roof. Weather is hit and miss, although it should be sunny most of the drive. Zero amenities. This is a purpose-built track car, so it should be a good time. So far, so good. Just want to show you the vehicle a little bit, give you a bit of a rundown on things I've learned after about 4 hours of driving so far. Things you can't really learn online. What you can read is that it does fit taller drivers. I am 6'1", maybe 6 feet, 6'1", 195 pounds with a 34-inch inseam, so I got quite long legs. In the passenger side, which as you can see is full of travel gear at the moment, you can nearly lay down. In the driver's seat, I also have plenty of legroom. And if you look online, it mentions that tall drivers, I also ride motorcycles, can steer and drive this car no problem. That's probably true, plenty of legroom. However, what I did not realize is that this is meant to be built for right-hand drive vehicles, British manufacturer. So having never owned a Japanese version left-hand drive vehicle, for instance, something that was converted, it didn't dawn on me that the footwell would be completely skewed. Let me show you. So this is the driver's view in the E10R Zenos. Forgive all of the mess currently. It's quite the trip. But the one thing I wanted to show you, specifically as a taller driver, is the footwell. So obviously I'm not wearing driving shoes, so that impacts this a little bit. But to the right, this is my leg fully extended and I have plenty of room. Now again, if this were the right-hand drive vehicle like it was created to be, you would have plenty of room for a quote-unquote dead pedal or a place to rest your clutch foot. Due to it being a left-hand drive vehicle, that's non-existent. So on a 14-hour trip, I'm either going half Indian style, I'm unsafely tucking it behind the pedals, which I don't feel comfortable with. I'm also potentially resting it on the clutch pedal, which I don't feel comfortable with, as there could be wear and tear. Or I'm tucking it in underneath to help hold the weight of my leg up and be in some measure of comfort. That's something you cannot learn online. The other challenge. This is a textured mat of some kind. I assume it's factory, but it is quite slick. It's very, very slippery. So when your legs are in a awkward semi-cocked position and you're not extended and frankly you're not further back where you can use different sets of muscles, your heel is constantly slipping on this material. So that's something that I'll also have to figure out. So with that said, let me see if I can show you from a driver's point of view the egress. I basically reach down, put one hand here, and if I wasn't holding a phone, one hand up here, and pull my weight up. I can do this without stepping in the seat. However, with one hand, I was required to step in the seat. And you hop over the fake door panel. This is a purpose-built track vehicle, no doors, no top, as you've probably researched, made of carbon fiber and plastic composite, if I'm saying that correctly. And you have to get into it and out of it Dukes of Hazzard style. It's a very unique, very interesting, and in my opinion, very cool vehicle. And something that to date, I have never driven the likes of. And I've owned many, many sports cars at this point in my life. So that is the Zenos E10R, one of one in the United States. What a beautiful place to shake it down and learn about the car. All right, so here I am in beautiful Asheboro, North Carolina. I picked the vehicle up on Sunday to make a 750-mile trek back south. Everything was going fantastic, and then things started to regress. After about 450 miles, she sits on a trailer with another 4.5 hours to go. I obviously don't have tools or anything currently with me to diagnose the problem, but it can only be a matter of a few things. One, everybody states that these cars absolutely hate water, and I did hit a slight thunderstorm right before the car died on me. However, I don't believe that the master kill switch is effectively working. So it's hard to say beyond that point because I don't have lights even at the hazard level. So stay tuned. I'll be diagnosing this over the next few days and hopefully have something more concrete.